Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. So I just kind of decided to go out and drive around a little bit today just to see what I could find in kind of some of the neighboring communities. And I've actually ended up in Crawford, Texas. Now, those of you who know anything about kind of current news know that Crawford, Texas is where former President George W. Bush lives. Now, I really seriously doubt I'm going to actually run into the president here, but we're just going to kind of wander around the town and see what's here. It seems interesting, kind of a nice little rural small town. So let's check out Crawford, Texas. Crawford is definitely one of those towns where if you blink you'll miss it, because this is like the main drag and it's all of about a quarter of a mile or half a mile long, and that is it. So I'm just going to get out in one of the little places here and park, and we're going to walk around. Right off the bat, I kind of see this cool little mural on the side of this building here. Crawford, Texas, home of President George W. Bush and First Lady Laura Bush. Established 1867, celebrating 150 years. The spirit of America. We believe that Crawford is truly a symbol of the spirit of America. It starts with Old Glory, our American flag. It is our very fiber, the very part of our soul, the sunrise, the promise of a new day and new opportunity, the American farmer, the icon of hard work and a true backbone and a steadfast spirit, the Crawford Water Tower and home of the Crawford Pirates, unsurpassed education training our nation's future, Tonquana Falls, among the most beautiful settings in the world, the majestic bald eagle, our nation's symbol, always gracing our skies and watching over us, the home of President George W. Bush and First Lady Laura Bush, a wonderful leader and a true example of American spirit. Somebody saw me filming out here and came out to see what was going on, and she was able to tell me where the Bush Ranch is, or at least kind of get me in the right direction. So we're going to go try and check it out and see if we can find the Bush Ranch. As I understand, there's probably not a whole lot to see due to security issues. They don't, advertise, hey, this is where President Bush lives, but, who knows? We'll see what's out there. And apparently they have the cricket problem here too. So apparently the Bush Ranch is about 9 miles out of town down a road called Prairie Chapel Road. And apparently there's like the woman who gave me the directions said there's just kind of couldn't really give me a whole lot of directions, but she kind of said there's like a tree farm right near the area and kind of a red brick house right on the corner. And so I don't know, we're gonna keep trying to find it and see what we find. We may find it, we may not, but still a pretty drive back here. Yep, this sure looks like ranch country here. This may be it. They say it dead ends right into the Bush Ranch here, and this definitely looks like the kind of place it could be. And there is most definitely something looks like a tree ranch out here, tree farm. So yeah, I think this may be it. Let's get out and take a look. So yeah, I think we have found it. We are at the dead end of Rainy Road, which is where I was told it goes right into the Bush farm. I was told that It was right next to a tree farm, and this is called Lone Star Tree Farm. So yeah, I think this is it. Plus the fact, you look at all the security here. You got these big high-tech iron gates, all sorts of security cameras in there. Yeah, I think this is the place. I am not going to go much past this because I don't want to have a visit from Secret Service, even though I could actually walk around this. That is, I think, the Bush Ranch in there. So that's really cool. I didn't think I'd actually find this today, but here it is. So yeah, now you know. It's some beautiful territory in here. So like I said, I wasn't really planning on coming to see this today. I just wound up in Crawford and decided to look around, and then it led me to this place. So let's actually go back to Crawford and see what else is in town. So I just kind of wanted to come back and thank that woman who gave me instructions on how to find the Bush Ranch. And she was kind of telling me her story around here. Apparently her family has lived here for a long time, and her parents used to own the grocery store, and there was like a hardware store or a lumber store behind it way back when. And so we're just going to kind of wander around town and look at all that. But when I was walking around in her side of her boutique, apparently she had a bunch of like reclaimed wood that they had taken from the store, and she was decorating her store with some of that, just to kind of, you know, be a little memorial for what's going on there. And so I was walking out, she says, "Hey, would you like a button?" And I said, "Sure." And so I pulled out, she came out with this. Oops, let's turn it right side up so you can see it. The Crawford Pirates. I guess that's a local team here, so that's really cool. Oh, and I see a sign for a historical marker. I see it across the street, so let's go see what that is all about. So there's a woman who's parked her car right in front of the sign there, and she's kind of hanging out there. So I think I'm going to give her a couple minutes to drive off, and then we'll go take a close look at that sign. So this was like really the first thing I saw when I came into town, were these big, huge, I assume they're grain silos. A lot of trucking traffic going through here, and this is right along the railroad lines. It's apparently a very busy railroad spur, because I've seen, in just the short time I've been here, I've seen 2 trains go through here. So, yep. And this really is a one stoplight town, and that's it right there. The one stoplight. Crawford, Texas, located in an area of McClellan County, once inhabited by Tonquana. I tripped up on that word before. It's good to know where that came from. Tonquana Indians. The community of Crawford grew slowly from the 1850s settlement, settled around Tonk Crossing, 2 miles northeast. The first town site was at the crossroads of the Waco and Gatesville and Belton to Fort Graham trading routes. The exact source of the town's name is unknown, but possibilities include Coryell City resident William Nelson Crawford, who graded the Tonk Creek Crossing, A.C. Crawford of Galveston, a director of the Gulf, Colorado and Santa Fe Railroad, or Texas Ranger George Crawford, who was stationed here. Development increased following the Civil War, and the post office opened in 1871. By the latter part of that decade, the town included several stores, a tavern, a blacksmith shop, and a school with enrollment of about 100. In 1881, the Gulf, Colorado and Santa Fe Railroad building north from Temple to Fort Worth bypassed the original town site, and residents began moving here along the new line. Crawford experienced economic growth as a result, and there was soon 4 churches, a cotton gin, a grain mill incorporated in 1897, and the town remained an important agricultural center throughout the 20th century, at times boasting more than 700 residents, 2 banks, and dozens of local businesses. In 1999, Texas Governor George W. Bush and family bought the former Engelbrecht Ranch, Prairie Chapel Ranch, west of town. His election as President of the United States in 2000 turned the ranch into the Western White House. a site of gatherings for U.S. officials and foreign heads of state. Crawford gained international media attention and served as the official voting place for President Bush and First Lady Laura Bush. I really dig some of the old buildings in this place, although unfortunately a lot of these places are just closed and abandoned. It's kind of sad. That's a beautiful building in there. This is another one to be really kind of a funky little bar or tavern of some sort. Oh, and this building was erected in 1907, Moore and Belger builders. Kind of on the cornerstone here. And this is in one of the windows here. Pony Express, St. Joseph, Missouri to California in 10 days or less. Wanted young, skinny, wiry fellows not over 18, must be expert riders, willing to risk death daily. Orphans preferred, $25 a week for wages. Pony Express Stables, St. Joseph, Missouri. I really like the vibe of these old towns. That's why I kind of like to explore them. It's kind of sad to see them falling apart and, you know, kind of almost like dying, but it's still kind of fun to wander around them. There's so much history here. Yeah, most of the trains I've seen around here are a little bigger than that one, but so I think this is going to kind of be our last stop here in Crawford here. This is the Tonquana Falls. Obviously there's nothing falling right now because they're in their dry season. We're actually supposed to get a little bit of rain tonight, so who knows, these may start up again, but this is probably one of those things that only runs during the wet season, and we are definitely not in the middle of that right now. So yeah, imagine a lot of water pouring over that. Do not go beyond this point. Okay. Oh, and I guess there's a fourth one here that got knocked down. Just kind of saw that funky old building across the way there. That's like a trailer park over there, so I don't know. Just wanted to get that on camera. So I hope you enjoyed our visit to Crawford, Texas. I think that's really about all I have today. So thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.